to talk about a few things that you're actually probably not going to believe about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game for this year. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome. We're starting off over here with Legacy of Destruction. And I want to point out a couple things about Legacy of Destruction. A lot of this community has already said Legacy is going to be a terrible set. One, Yugi's original cards in this set are going to carry the product. We've already seen that Silent Magician Zero is a secret rare, or at least the sneak peek entry card into, winning the event. Tenpai Dragon, the Ignorant Going Second deck, is in there. Alright, we understand that this set is going to be carried strictly by, there's new Diabell Star stuff in there. Melodious hype is in there. You have a lot of things that are going to be changing the meta around you. And especially when a going second Ignorant deck can enter into the game, it's going to be huge. Now, on the topic of Yugi's cards, I think a lot of people don't really seem to understand this is Yugi. Alright, people, these cards are the king of nostalgia, alright? They make an entire archetype dedicated to Yugi's cards. Those casual players are running out here. I, without a doubt, think that probably the most sold items on pre-order are probably going to be little Yugi cores from this set, honestly. Like, people are going to look at the whatever price point it's going to be, and they're going to be like, take it, man. I want to play little Yugi's cards. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, alright? Once again, you're releasing all of those key cards, and I think that alone is going to be the anchor for Legacy, alright? Contrary to popular belief, I think the set's going to be a lot better than people are currently hyping it up to be, and it's going to be a very solid hit out here for the duelists that just want to open up little Yugi's cards. Branded hype is still as crazy as ever. Now, this is such an interesting one because you would have thought, how long has it been since Branded Lore ended? Like, near almost a year at this point now. We do have a special Japanese product coming down the pipeline here, where they're basically going to be releasing all of the Fallen of Albaz cards, and there will be some alt art, there will be some new potential coming into that, and of course, seeing another card on the lore has people excited. But in terms of lore for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, I think the Fallen of Albaz has been the most popular modern, well, it might actually just be the most hyped up lore that we've ever seen. Like the Orca stuff, the World Legacy stuff around it was pretty cool. Sky Striker is an entirely different thing. They got a manga. They are cooking out here with the whole Sky Striker thing. Striker in its own storyline didn't really have lore. It was just hey, they started to develop the lore afterwards. But from where we're looking right now, I do think that Branded, at least in terms of playability, in terms of lore, in terms of everything besides Sky Striker, it's just a fan favorite. It really is. And that's why the TCG still has the deck at near 100% power minus expulsion. And people still continue to look to this deck as a chance to play it because of how good it is. Gimmick Puppet Lock, Sanctifier, Super Polymerization, all the branded interactions. People that picked up the deck are just genuinely hey, I don't have to spend really any more money. There might be a card or two along the way you got to add in, but if you've already got your branded stuff, you're kind of ready to go. And if not, you can pick up Megatin stuff later this year as long as we're getting tins. The potential behind Ashen is kind of crazy. Now, we've talked about Ashen, and I've said, hey, you know what? We got the first wave of support. All right, and that was a good thing. They laid the groundwork. The second wave of support probably is not going to be the greatest thing in the world. I think a lot of people are going to look at Ashen, and they're probably going to look at the second wave of support, and they're going to be oh, this is absolute dog water. Why do I want this? You gotta wait for what is the fabled third line of support. And that's where the OCG takes a look at the stuff, goes, hey, we just ported Ashen in the latest World Premiere Pack, which will be August. You'll probably see, maybe maybe 4 waves of Ashen support, but at least to start things off, I think you will get your main decked Ashen cards probably by early 2025, which means if you picked up Ashen cards out here and you're like, all right, ready for this, most of the Ashen stuff will probably dodge reprints. I mean, most of these world exclusive, themes, Gold Pride, I mean, technically still doesn't have reprints out here. The War Rock stuff doesn't, but kind of take note of, these things not getting these reprints. And I would say by probably 10, 11 months from now, Ashen will probably reach its peak for what the deck can do. And I mean, the art is really, really crazy. There's a lot of hype built around this stuff right now. And honestly, I think that people are just excited that we got a TCG exclusive archetype that people like the art for. And that's a good thing, all right? Just the potential for some bangers is what people really wanted the chance to have. So I wanted to shout that out. Specialty products from Konami have actually been good. And what have we gotten so far? The Kaiba briefcase was good. I like that. Stainless steel gods, different opinions for that. That's fine. The pot collection, our third, pretty good. TCG did not get the number collection, which, be honest with me, you think the number collection would have sold, what was it, like $150, $200? You got a complete number binder full of all the number monsters, and that was kind of it. Now the OCG is coming out with the Fallen of Albaz collection, which is another specialty product with alt arts available as well. Do you think the TCG is going to follow suit with that too? We've gotten 3 of the 4 specialty products so far, and I think they've all been pretty good. Honestly, like, I picked up the Etsy at Home edition. Like, I made sure I had one of these because I liked the stainless steel gods. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and I wanted to make sure I had at least one of them to add to collection. If it would have been cool if they would have been real cards that you could have actually used. We've already got a Japanese Black Luster Soldier running around out here that you can play in English formats, but that's just kind of what we're looking at right now. So I do think specialty products are a good thing. They need to be a little bit more unique. I mean, imagine if they did a full art, like the Rush Stool extended art stuff, that you could get like a Dark Magician. You know how many people would go crazy for that? Like, I mean, they're dabbling in like Secret Lair technology from, Magic, and I mean, Magic is been putting a pretty bad precedence on that. But I want to see what more Konami can do for these specialty products, especially for this year. Like, keep these up, honestly. And of course, Spellgrounds. You might not know this, but those Spellground mats from years ago, ones from like the 2015, 2016 era, that are, leveling up to 7, 8, 9 years old at this point in time. They used to be massively abundant. There was actually a time in the game where those Spellground mats were so abundant by the player base that people were trying to fire sell them. You come up here post, 2024, and you've got people that are looking for these mats and you can't find them anymore. And it's almost like they vanished into the chasm of time. And it's kind of crazy to see right now. Now, obviously, Spellgrounds is still producing these mats. All right, they're still making these sorts of products. And new things are coming out as we speak by the day. But right now, the older Spellgrounds are highly sought after. The World's Grounds have hit numbers I didn't even think were possible. All right, these OG tans from 20 years ago, the grays as well, hitting over, a grand plus. I think I saw some going for like 2. But like, it's crazy out here just to see how these prices have gone throughout the years. And I am genuinely impressed by this, honestly. So I just wanted to point that out, that, things you don't believe. Spellgrounds prices are nuts. So, guys, got to give a shout out to KB Games. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but, Spellgrounds, they're timeless in this game. So what do you guys think? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. See your beautiful faces back here in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.